It's time for the Proseed halftime report. If you need seed, think Proseed. Join us today, District Sales Manager Stephen Keller. Stephen, welcome back to the show, my friend. Let's start with you got sunflowers and canola. What's happening there?
Well, we had a very good canola harvest this year. Our Roundup Ready 300 Magnum did very well. We're looking forward to the sunflower harvest. Things look really good on the sunflower side. Could give some farmers a little more option next year with the crisis in the tariffs. So they're looking for something maybe to market more. So our Clearfield sunflower lineup, we've added one new variety that's looking really well and it's going to have higher oil, so it should appeal to a lot of the sunflower growers.
That's good news. Let's talk about beans. What's happening with beans?
Well, the beans, we're just starting our harvest back in central North Dakota. Beans are dragging probably about 10 bushels less than last year. We had issues with dry weather. Harvest is going well. We've got some new products in our Extend line. We've got 3 new varieties. Liberty Link, a strong line. We're picking up 3 new of the GT 127 varieties. The Roundup Ready 2s are still, we're still selling the Roundup Ready 2s, and they're hard to go away from. People are a little nervous with the Extend, the dicamba issue, but we're working through there.
And of course, the great thing about Proseed, you always have these great Right Choice programs, and a very special one this year.
Right Choice, we're offering rewards for purchases. You can check the product guide, go online, check with your local Proseed dealer. We're giving away firearms.
It's a great program. Thank you for being here. And stick around. If you need seed, again, think Proseed. Much more coming up right here on the Proseed Halftime Report.
Welcome inside the Proseed halftime report. The Bison with a modest 35-0 lead over Delaware. Wow. I thought they would win comfortably. I did not see 35 points in the first, 28 points in the first quarter.
I did not see that coming. I think the Bison have been holding back.
Holy smokes. Let's get right to it. Let's take a look at these first half highlights, of which there are plenty.
Opening drive here. Bison opening it on their 25. They start with a run game and then this big third down to Des Kane.
We talked in the pregame show about how the offensive line was a little disappointed with how they started in the game against North Alabama, and I don't know that you can start better than this.
No, well, this opens up Easton Stick for the run game. That sets up this Easton Stick run into the end zone.
Easton Stick into the end zone, into the tunnel. Watch out, Easton. Sliding there. Good save.
That's his 3rd rushing touchdown this season. That makes it 6-0. In for the extra point. Well, that's Cam Peterson, his 192nd to break a career record.
Yeah, that breaks the tie with Adam Keller that he had at 191. So Cam sits alone atop the PAT mark at NDSU.
It's 7-0 now, NDSU. Delaware out for their first snap. Talked about a fast start. This isn't how you do it.
Well, and you throw it to the guy in the different color jersey than you. That's a little hard to do. Jabril Cox, what a playmaker.
It's his 2nd pick 6 in 2 weeks. That one's for 36 yards. It's 14-0 NDSU. The Hens, they get the ball back again, and Kehoe picked off again.
Kehoe came into this game having thrown 6 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, and within a matter of minutes, he had thrown 2 times to the other team, to NDSU. Unfortunately, Robbie Grimsley on this one, his knee was down when he caught the ball. Otherwise, he had a big return set up too.
Well, it leads to another 6 for the Bison. Stick from 12 yards out this time.
Again, calling his own number, finding the hole and hitting it. That's what this offensive line wanted to do. They wanted to establish this run game, and look at the emotion there from Easton Stick.
I like it. 21-0 NDSU. Special teams, yeah, Bison have that too. Darius Shepard here, a 49-yard punt return, and it's thanks in big part to a Ty Brooks block here.
So I said that the special teams, that they would have maybe a punt block or something that would go on to a good punt return also works from Darius Shepard, and you mentioned that block from Ty. Oh, throwing his body weight around. That's a little guy there throwing his weight around.
He would not appreciate you calling him a little guy. The Bruin there making a big play. Sets up more Bison scoring. Stick to Bruce Anderson.
And Bruce getting up open on the seam there. It's just a good pass route and a good pass by Easton Stick.
18 yards makes it 28-0 NDSU. Delaware struggling to get things going. This doesn't help. Greg Menard taking down Kehoe.
He passes Cole Jurek and Mike Stratton, who he was in a tie with for career sack number 30, to move to 5th by himself on the all-time list.
Well, we move into the second quarter just now. More defense. Jalen Wimbush, his first career interception. How about that Wolfpack?
How about that Wolfpack? We talked about them in the pregame show as our Bobcat heavy lifting players. And you know what? Good for Jalen. He played corner for a long time. They moved him to safety this year because that's where the need was, and it's paying dividends for the Bison.
Well, Stick, all the time in the world here. Think there's some chemistry maybe? Hits Dallas Freeman.
I'm not saying I could make that throw, but give me that much time and I might be able to find an open guy down the field. And good for Dallas Freeman. He had a great game against North Alabama, and he picks it right up here against Delaware.
Sure you could, Alex. Well, this sets Stick up to Holly's Ben Ellefson.
Ben Ellefson getting in the end zone. And Beth, what was the stat?
8th career reception, 4th career touchdown.
Not bad odds. Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. And as you would expect, as the scoreline reads 35-0 for NDSU, as do most of the stats, just 12 rushing yards for a team that likes to run the football in Delaware. I know that you probably haven't seen these numbers just yet.
I've been cutting highlights.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
So 12 rushing yards, 41 through the air. If you take away the 36-yard interception return for Jabril, they actually might have negative passing yards because he's thrown it so much to Kehoe's thrown it so much to NDSU. 52 total yards for Delaware. Flip side, NDSU dominating. They're running the football effectively. Easton Stick already with 247 pass yards. This is what the Bison wanted to do against North Alabama, and this is what they didn't quite get done in that first half. This was a statement made by NDSU.
Poor Blue Hens.
You might be the only person in Fargo saying that right now. Well, with the exception of all the Blue Hens fans that are.
Numbers?
Yeah, it's a little lopsided right now. 35-0, bold prediction in the second half. I don't think we're going to see 12 out there very much for NDSU.
No, as well we shouldn't.
Again,
but as Chris Kleiman said,
he's a pretty good quarterback.
He's a pretty good quarterback.
Pretty good quarterback. Those are your halftime stats brought to you by the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look around the valley. A light slate today. We'll tell you about it next. Welcome back inside the Proseed halftime report. North Dakota State leading Delaware 35-0 at halftime. Let's take a look at the action going around the Missouri Valley Football Conference. A light slate today, just 3 games, including ours, in action. And Colorado State has a 6-0 lead over Illinois State in Fort Collins, Colorado. And still to come tonight, Northern Iowa hosting Hampton in about an hour and 15 minutes or so. That FBS game for Illinois State there.
It's an opportunity for them.
It is an opportunity. And they blocked a PAT, or they missed a PAT to Colorado State for that 6-0 score. So who knows? It could come back. You never know. Our score, 35-0, North Dakota State over Delaware. That will do it for the Proseed halftime report. We'll get you back out to the Fargo Dome and second half action right after this.